Happy Tuesday. Sometimes there's a moment that you have to decide. You have to turn left or right. You're either going to move across the country and take this new job, or you're not. You're going to attend this school, or you're going to attend that school. You're going to take the shot, or you're not going to take the shot. You're going to jump in the water, or you're not going to jump in the water, right? There comes a point at which to not decide is to decide. That is true of many things. It's true of our relationship with God. And indeed, the passage that we're looking at today sets up just that kind of moment. So we're in the book of Joshua. This is the 6th book of the Bible. And it begins with Moses dying and Joshua stepping up. Joshua's now in charge. Joshua is the man. He has huge shoes to fill. Moses has been the man for the last 40 years. He's been part of every big event, every significant moment. Joshua is taking over for him, and he's taking over for Moses right as they come to the east bank of the Jordan River, where they had been 40 years before, and then they had whiffed. They were supposed to cross over the Jordan, and they did not. They sent spies in, 12 spies in, 10 of them came back and said, we can't do it. And so they ended up wandering around the desert for the next 40 years, and everybody dies, except those that were 12 and under. And now they're back at the same point. It's a new group of people because, again, all the previous adults are gone besides, other than Joshua and Caleb. But it's the same families, it's just a different generation, and now they've got this new moment. Are they going to do the right thing or not? So they're going to send, Joshua will send 2 spies in. These spies are going to come back, and in Joshua 2 we read that they are overjoyed. Their heart is thrilled. They say, God is in this, it's going to be great. The Lord has handed over the entire land to us. And so Joshua immediately, when he hears this, he sends runners out throughout the camp. Probably about 2 million people at this point. So he sends runners throughout the camp to alert them to the fact that the next day they are going to go and cross the Jordan. And crossing the Jordan is, it's sort of a cliche now for, facing down a real difficulty. There was there was a TV show out a while back called Crossing Jordan. That's sort of, a double entendre there. So geographically, the Jordan River is a barrier for the Jews for a few reasons. First of all, they don't swim, right? They just have spent 40 years in the wilderness or in the desert. There's no YMCA swimming lessons available for the kids while they're out there. Everybody that knew how to swim has forgotten how to swim. And so it doesn't have to be much of a barrier to be a barrier if you don't swim. Secondly, the Jordan River has a really significant vertical drop. So you measure rivers by how long they are and by how much the altitude goes down. And so the Jordan River has a really high delta factor in terms of going down, which means that it's very swift, which among other things means that you've got a big drop off. So as opposed to like a beach where the water sort of laps up and initially you step in water that's a 1/4 inch deep, and you go out like that. And I've been to the Jordan River. No, you step off the bank and I've looked down in the Jordan. You cannot see how deep it is. You don't know if it's 2 inches deep or 3 feet deep or 10 feet deep. You can't see. So that's a barrier. And then the third thing is, that's the way it is outside of flood stage. It's not that wide normally, but during flood stage it can be a mile wide and have a current of 40 miles per hour, and it's over all this vegetation, which means while you're walking, your feet can get caught up in some sort of bramble, and you can get pulled under, and so it's a barrier. And so what happens? Well, you're going to have to listen in tomorrow for more. Because I'm out of time, but I just want to leave you with this. Perhaps you're on the east bank of the Jordan right now. Perhaps there is a challenge or a faith challenge of some sort. There is a need for you to put your weight down and to commit and to take this next step. I don't know what that is, but maybe you do. And this is set up to be a historical event, but it's not just a historical event. There's a metaphor here of faith, and so I would encourage you to consider all of that today. We'll talk again tomorrow.